Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Factotum Jack Home Repairs, and today we are taking apart this toilet tank. Last week we replaced the shutoff valve, and now we are going to just tear that tank off. We're going to pull all the guts. So this is the shutoff valve we replaced last week. So the first step is we are going to flip this shutoff valve to the off position, where it was parallel with how the water would flow through the pipe, and now it is perpendicular. And that means it's off when it's perpendicular. Now the next step after that is we're going to flush the toilet to drain any of the water out. Now you might want to hold the handle down just to keep the flapper up and allow more water to flow into the bowl and out of the tank. Where some flappers will actually shut prematurely, and there's always a little water, so when we start taking the supply line off in order to remove the tank, we're going to have an issue with excess water coming down on us, and we want to kind of reduce that. So let's flush that toilet. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself a towel, and then we're going to wrap the towel around the base here, catch any water that's going to come out, and then you can usually, these are usually threaded on by hand, so you can usually just kind of grab that and work that off of there. You're going to get water, that's common, just because you can't get it all out. There's always a little water that stays in there, but by flushing it, you got a lot of that water out of there. Guys, so after we remove that, our next step is to remove tank bolts. Those are the bolts that are located typically right under your tank, and under the bowl as well, because they're going to lock the tank to the bowl. And those are right here, and there's another one on the other side of the toilet. If you have a newer style tank, a lot of them have wing nuts on them. They're very easy and user-friendly to remove. You don't need any tools usually. You get them on hand tight. But this old style one, we're going to need a crescent wrench, and then we're going to just back them off. Now once you get that tank bolt loosened where you can kind of start unthreading it by hand, it's going to free spin. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, you're going to see some water first off, and that's not really anything to be concerned about. As before, there's going to be still water in the tank. What we're going to want to do is we're going to remove this tank lid, set that off out of our way. At the bottom of the bowl here, you're going to see two flathead bolt heads. Take that flathead screwdriver, you're going to want to place it right there. Then you can remove that bolt and the nut from the bolt without the bolt free spinning. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. And then don't forget just to expand your towel over there, because you're still going to get runoff from that side of the tank as well. So once you have your tank bolts completely removed, you're going to just work that tank right up. And then you're going to want to set it somewhere where it's easy to work with. I like to just set them in a bathtub, so if any water spills out, you can kind of just let it drain down. That's what your toilet looks like. A little gross, but you know, it's just it is what it is. It's a toilet. Makes poop disappear. So we're doing a complete gut overhaul on this thing. So we're gonna flip it upside down real quick. Tank bolts are gonna pop out, and we're gonna loosen this other washer up. It goes to our fill valve. As before with the supply line, it's one of those hand tighten deals. You don't have to worry about anything being too gross back here. Obviously, it's just going to be some condensation and maybe a little mildew related to that. But all of the waste that goes through a toilet goes through the bottom half. So that's where the real gross part is. This is usually just fresh water flowing in to wash it all away. So this right here is your tank to bowl seal, the big rubber gasket, and that's, you can tell, you're going to get a little dirty from that. The rubber breaks down over time, and then it kind of leaves like a black film. So we're going to have a nice little bucket to throw all this stuff away in. Once you have a bag to get rid of all your waste from the parts we're replacing, grab yourself a pair of channel locks, easy to fit, and then you're going to want to back this nut off. And then you want to just start unthreading it with these channel locks, and then you can usually just loosen it by hand at that point. Careful when you're working with a toilet inside of a bathtub. I mean, this is ceramic, so it's just like glass. You can break it. Then all your guts are pretty much easily removable, and they're not too hard to replace anyways. It's just a little nut on the handle on the outside and inside. You might have some debris inside of your toilet, and what I like to do is just give it a quick rinse. Rinse all that gook right out. You want to just take a rag real quick and just wipe the back of this. Clean it up a little bit so it's not getting a little gross, you know, all this cobwebs and mildew and stuff everywhere. Essentially, next you want to flip it out. Just kind of let the water drain out of it, the fresh rinsed out tank. Wipe off the bottom of this tank a little bit more. For quick stuff like this, I like to use toilet paper just because, you know, you got to test it once we get it all back together anyways. And with toilet paper, it's designed to go into a toilet. So we can just kind of wipe it up, throw it in the toilet, and when we flush the toilet later, we just got rid of all this gross rags without having to throw it in the trash and haul it out to the curb. Saves you one step. Alright guys, well I'm Kevin with Factotum Jack Home Repairs, and it was nice working with you guys today. Check out more of our videos, subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned guys.